really good to get back to Florida, get out on the practice field for the first time today. Feels great, beautiful weather. Good Monday for us. We need to tighten some things up as to be expected after a few days off. Getting down here a little bit rusty, a little bit off with some of our timing. But the guys were in really good spirits and practiced hard, and we're excited to be down here and ready to go.
What have you seen from?
Why aren't you two getting some extra running in? Yeah.
What early impressions of Iowa going into this?
Yeah. As I had mentioned, I know you're from down here, but at home when I had my press conference about the bowl, I have great respect for Iowa. Obviously, a deep history, but also you put on the film, and from one coach to another, you just respect the way people play. And you see a team that's very well coached, very fundamentally sound, very tough, and play exceptionally hard. Anytime you do that, you have an opportunity to win, and that's the way they play.
Coach, are you guys kind of taking this as an opportunity not only to close the regular season on a high note, but also start that new season with one note?
Well, any which way you want to look at it, it's important. It's always the most memorable moments from the bowl games is the end of them. You either win or you lose. And so for us, it's another opportunity to compete and to play a football game. Whether it's a wrap-up, I think this team deserves it. They're a great group. This will be the last time quite a few of us are together, and we appreciate the time that they spent with us. And this is the last opportunity.
Any particular players stand out for Iowa on defense, offense that
Really, you look at them, and they're a lot like us. It's a whole team. They play really hard. They're all well coached and very good players.
How about the big story of college football right now? COVID-19, you guys in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, the virus. We are, knock on wood. At this point in time, but you never know. So we're doing the best we can to adhere to the protocols that we have in place, and trying to live with it as best we can.
You guys were down here a couple of years ago. How much is that familiarity with the situation with the bowl here? Does that help you guys out any when you guys are doing preparations?
I hope it does. I mean, it's the same hotel, different facility, another great practice facility here, but different practice facility, but same hotel. Guys are somewhat used to it, and they know some of the things they did last time that they liked, and so hopefully that'll help us. We'll see.
Coach, you mentioned how Iowa's a physical, tough team. Is it difficult on defense trying to prepare for them when you guys aren't necessarily out here hitting and stuff?
We will do some good against good as the days go on, but yeah, it's always you always got to be prepared for the physicality part of it. Our guys know what to expect, and we've been there, done that, and so. But it's all about the mindset and how we prepare, and it's hard to simulate that type of physicality. You're right, but I expect our guys to be ready.
Great respect to Kirk Ferentz. I mean, have you guys interacted at all, like in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
How weird will it be, I guess, to go against him?
No, I don't think it'll be too different. I had an opportunity to see Kirk. Socially at the College Football Hall of Fame. So I had a chance to visit with him briefly there, and then we talked on the phone when he and his wife Mary were very generous with our people in Kentucky who went through the terrible storms, and so we've talked a little bit.
Mark, your brother Bob's getting back into coaching for a random one-time thing. Have you guys talked a little bit about that?
No, he's actually working. So so we actually haven't talked much this week. So I need to catch back up with him and see how it's going. I'm sure it won't be too difficult for him to get back on the horse. So yeah.
Anybody else? Am I good? I was asking the audience.
Yeah.
I cover Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa's offense is really struggling. Your offense seems to be just thriving. What has been secret to how well you guys have done it?
Well, for us, I've been searching for great balance. I think, if you look at Iowa and you look at us, we want to be physical and we want to run the ball and play action pass. We both want to do that. And, certainly, our program has had our struggles being as balanced as we want to be. This year, Again, we had our struggles, we had our ups and downs like most teams, but we did find some balance. And I think we want to continue to work that way and have the balance that we're looking for. Thank you all.
Yep. Operations go today. You guys finally got down here and gave a good chance to get out of the practice field. What's it like?
Yeah, I mean, it was good just to really get back out here with all the guys. We were on a break for a little bit, so it was just good to get back around moving and be around the guys. So.
Your offense has really been clicking lately. What would be the explanation from your end for that?
I would just say the way we practice. Every week we're trying to go out and just make sure that we don't have any mistakes. And we know that if we practice well during the week, then whenever it comes Saturday, we'll be able to execute really well. So.
How long did it take you to get – I cover Iowa and saw you against Iowa last year playing for Nebraska. So how long did it take you to get acclimated to Kentucky's system?
Well, actually learning the system, it didn't take me long. It took me maybe a month, maybe two. But then actually just being in it and just the more and more you actually rep the plays and things like that, everything gets easier and easier. So now that we're at the point of the end of the year, everything's just kind of like the back of my hand.
Since you had that experience of playing against Iowa last year, I mean, has guys come up to you and pick your brain a little bit to ask you some things? Or?
A little bit. We've watched the game where we played them last year, where specifically I played them. So just being able to talk to them about certain things and certain things they do. So yeah.
Man, it's pretty hot out here. Does it take you back to the summer practice days?
Oh yeah, this feels like camp a little bit. It feels like camp a little bit, especially out there on that turf. So, but it's good. I mean, we'd much rather be in Florida than in Kentucky right now. So it's all right.
What challenges does Iowa's defense present?
They don't make any mistakes. They're very fundamentally sound. They're really going to do everything right. So we just have to go out there and make sure that we execute on our part and try to make as many mistakes as possible. So.
I mean, there's been a lot going on with COVID and kind of canceling bowl games and stuff. How are you guys taking any extra precautions around the locker room and stuff with the team?
Just making sure that we're wearing masks and everybody's sanitizing and doing things like that. Our staff does a really good job of making sure that we're safe and we're away from everybody for chances like that. So, yeah.
Bowl games give you guys an opportunity to kind of one last chance for some guys, to bond together and do that. How special can they be? I mean, when you think about it overall, we're seeing a lot of guys opting out and choosing not to play in them. How special can it be for the guys who actually do want to play in them?
I mean, it's definitely special. I know for me, this is my first one, so I've never gotten to experience this and play in January or do anything like that. So I'm really excited for that, and so I'm just going to take it all in, and hopefully the rest of my teammates do the same. So
Iowa's got the Big Ten Defensive Back of the Year. Does that get your competitive juices flowing a little bit to try to go against somebody like that?
Hey, I mean, I'm always out there to compete. At the end of the day, I'm going to go out there and go against the man, and whoever it is, it is. So.
Does anything that happened against Iowa in the past for you, does it make a difference this week?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, obviously, I still have some friends that are out there in Nebraska, and I know they'll feel a little bit of this one, especially if we come out with a win. That's a little bit for them on my part. So just kind of playing a little bit with them on my side and just wanting to get a win for my teammates. So.
Last time we talked about video games a little bit. Have the guys, since y'all got in here, y'all already pulled out the PS5s and started playing yet?
A little bit. They had them in our players' lounge, so they got the games in the players' lounge. I didn't play last night, but I'm going to get on the sticks with somebody today, so somebody's going to get it.
Is there a little bit of bragging, since you played in the Big Ten, obviously, there's a little bit of bragging rights, Big Ten, SEC?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I mean, coming from the Big Ten, I think the SEC is a little bit better, but that's just my opinion. So, but we'll see on Saturday, obviously. So.
You're one of those guys that the transfer portal has worked for. Why has it worked for you and for others not?
I feel like a lot of guys go in without a plan. I feel like if you're going to go in, you at least need to have an idea of, okay, just where are the spots that I feel like I could fit at, and actually being able to get in contact with those coaches to make sure that they actually want to see and want you on their football team. And then at the end of the day, you got to make it right yourself. I mean, you can go into whatever school and they can be all they want, but at the end of the day, if you don't make it right, it's not going to work. So you just got to go in and put in the work and do what you're supposed to do. So
maybe this is old news. Is this your last Kentucky game? Have you decided yet?
No, we haven't decided on that yet. Yeah, no
Gotcha.
decision on that one yet.
You mentioned that with the portal and stuff. Do you remember how many, off the top of your head, how many people reached out to you? How many schools reached out to you?
A lot. I mean, it was just a lot of schools just asking if I was interested. But I knew I was really coming more towards home, and this was kind of on my mind, and I knew Kentucky was kind of going to be the place for me. So.
All right. Anything else for Wan'Dale? Okay, we got.
Thanks, Wan'Dale.
Here.
I remember a lot. I remember it was fun. I was a freshman at that time, so I just remember preparing and all like the fun events, going to Universal, riding some of the rides, and just seeing everything. For that being my first bowl game, it was amazing, and it made me want to keep like winning so we can get here again.
So when you found out you were coming back, did it kind of obviously got you excited maybe?
Yeah, I was really excited. I could just think about how I was when I first heard the news, and I was 18 years old. Now I'm 21, so it came full circle. So I was pretty excited.
Man, have you thought about, this is the last week of practices with you for, with the guys and stuff. How are you trying to soak everything in and experience and enjoy it?
I'm kind of laying back, just like seeing like you said, soaking it in, like seeing everything and just watching like everybody smiling, just have fun. I mean, like the practice today, it was juiced up. Everybody was like energized and wanted to be out here. So that's a good sign, definitely at a bowl game. So I'm taking it in. I'm watching everything, just being fun.
What are your impressions of Iowa's offense? That's really been struggling.
Very, very tough, gritty offense. They have one of the best O-lines in the country, good running back. So I mean, it's gonna be a tough game. But I mean, this is what we play football for. I mean, I love games like this. But they have a great offense, and I'm excited to get on the field and compete with them.
Are there any games, Big Ten teams that kind of are similar to you guys defensively that you've watched film on against them?
I'm watching a lot of watched Michigan game, Wisconsin. Two of the games seemed like they struggled a little bit. So watch those games to see what the other Big Ten teams did.
What did you see that worked against Iowa in on those films?
Just being physical. I mean, you gotta out physical Iowa. They they're gonna run the ball. You know what they trying to come do. They just try to out physical everybody in the two games that we watched. It seemed like the other teams play more physical.
You guys didn't do any hitting today. I think Coach said y'all gonna do hitting and stuff.
It can be tough at times, but I mean, I like to think of physicality like a mental thing. Like, I mean, just you got it or you don't. You can't just flick it on, flick it off. You just like that. And I like to think that, I mean, both teams are physical. Iowa and University of Kentucky, pretty physical teams, so it should be a good matchup.
How important is it to finish off the season with a win for you guys?
It's very important because after the season, when you go on and you start off-season training and you go to spring training and even fall camp, you only remember the last game you played. So it's very important to get the last win so we can go off with a win and just remember and get ready for the next season. You want to end off with an L and have to be thinking about that for months.
How especially important is it for you to finish off your career with the win here at Kentucky?
That was very important. The 4 years, it flew by. So, I mean, I haven't lost a ball game yet. Don't plan on losing one now. So it's very important.
So much going on back home with the tornadoes and everything, the devastation. How important is it for you guys as a team to kind of show out and kind of showcase some of that for your fans back home?
It was very important. It's very important for us to get the win so we can bring everybody together in the troubling times because we know how hard it is. So, I mean, we want to play for the people back home. So I think it's very important.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.